Hi guys, it's Belle here, and not only is today the 2nd of December, but it is also the first day of December, the official first day of December, hosted by the lovely Louisa Heinzel and Barbara 49 Dragonflies. I will leave links to both of them down below, and don't forget to put in this hashtag to see what everyone's doing. Yes, so let's get started. Now last year, I just want to bring this in. Last year I did this little calendar. There was a different one. It's a tiny calendar, and I've already opened day one that had this little heart, but I thought we would open, I need to find day two. It's not very easy to see, if I'm honest. I thought we would open these for each day that we're doing December, which means we'll have to open a couple at the end. Look, guys. It's a little, I think it's a donkey. Yes, it is. Look at that tiny donkey for day two. It's so cute. Look at the size of this. Like, it's just cute and it makes me smile. So that is what today's one is. But let's get on with today's make. So I believe they're only doing Monday to, I want to say to Thursday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yep, just doing it to Thursday. So it's 4 days a week, which gives you 3 days to catch up or do something else, which is brilliant. And today's prompt is altered playing card and antique keys. So I was a little bit inspired by something that I actually made in last year's December, which was a flying key. I have this really large playing card. It's one of the bigger ones. It is just under 3.5 by 4 3/4. It's the only one I have, actually. So we're going to use this. So the first thing I need to do is I just need to sand it a little bit first. I just need to rough the surface because I'm going to be putting Mod Podge on here. So, like so. Sorry for the shadows. That's what we're going to get this time of year. So, yes, I've roughed that up with a little bit of sandpaper. It just makes it easier. And I've got my glue stick. And now paintbrush. Now I need to decide. I pulled out some vintage sewn pattern paper. This would also work with tea bag, which we all know I love to use on my projects. And I'm just trying to work out which one I prefer. Do you know what? Let's go for the sewing pattern paper, because I'm also going to do some stamping and that on here. And I think the sewing pattern paper, as it's already got things on there, we're not even going to see most of it anyway. Most of this will be covered up. So there we go. And I want these pieces, I think. So we're going to cut along this too. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, put this on here. Get my Mod Podge. Use any matte medium that you have. I'm going to put it all over my card. I'm not putting anything on the back, guys. I don't know what I want to do with this. This would work as a great journal topper, or even as like a pocket in a journal. So I don't want to do anything onto the back of it because I don't know how I'm going to use it yet. I'm just going to go and put my paintbrush in some water. Actually, I'm not yet because I'm going to need it. I'm just going to put it in some water. I'm going to crumple this up already. I want some creases in this. I mean, they'll get flattened out a little bit anyway, but I want some creases. Are you guys as excited as I am? Between Tracy Fox's Christmas challenge. I am deliberately wrinkling this as well, guys. I want those in there. Between that and, my goodness, this is just getting very, very sticky. And Ephemerimba, and just the fact that it's the festive season, I am so excited. There's so much to do. So yes, it's a fun time of year. And what I love about this Ephemerimba, every year I teach myself how to say it, and then every year I struggle. Even though I think both Louisa and Barbara have said in videos how to break it down and say it. It's basically December ephemera. Ephemerimba. Decemberambra. Ephemerimba. Anyway, it's just a fun word. Yeah, what I love about this is it doesn't have to be Christmas or festive themed, and of course it can be. Last year I made a mix of festive Christmas themed ones alongside some just random everyday pieces. So yeah, it's great for those who don't celebrate Christmas for whatever reason, as well as those of us who do. And also, if we're doing a lot of Christmas crafting, sometimes it can be nice to give ourselves a little bit of a break and do something else. So I am just going to see if that is all. I think the edges are down. I don't mind if they're not perfectly. I'm going to put my paintbrush in some water and then I'll be back. Okay, so that is dried. And can you believe when I started filming just a little while ago, I still had some light, and then all of a sudden the light has gone. So now I'm going to cut around this and just cut this off like so. So yeah, as I said, I don't want to put a back on this. Sometimes, you know, we can make ephemera and it can be finished, and sometimes we can make ephemera and we don't know what we're doing with it, so we just make the main base of the ephemera. And you know what? That's okay. It's okay to do that. I feel like I want just a little bit of sanding around the edges. This just takes off any excess. Sorry if you guys don't like the sound of that. Just takes off any excess like so. So love that already. We're going to come in and do some stamping on here. I know there's a little bit of white there. What I might do first is come in with some of my walnut stain and just edge this a little bit. Oh, and then we're going to have to do something and have that dry whilst we're busy doing other things. That would be a good idea, Belle. Let's just darken that. So, yeah, like so. Nice and grungy, because we like the grunge. Okay, so it does say antique keys. So what I have is I have this key, first of all, and I have this key. These are both really old keys of mine. So I don't know about antique. I don't know if they're 10 years old, 20 years old, how old they are. But they are old keys. This one I've already used alcohol inks on that side. I'm hoping that's showing up. It's really hard in this light actually. But yeah, I've already put alcohol inks on that side. And it's got this cute little like image on it. But I don't know if I want to use it that way, or whether that'll be too dark, or whether I want to use it this way because it's got some ink on it, but not lots. So I don't know. But I need to make a decision because one, I need to glue these. But two, as you can see, this one doesn't have any inks on it at all. And it needs some inks. So I have pulled out some caramel and a little bit of lettuce, as you do. Let's move those up there. And I'm going to just add, these dry quite quickly, so I want a little bit of green because I feel like that I must have used burnt sienna on this one, and I think that's why it's so red, and I think the red's putting me off a little bit. We're going to come in with caramel because I don't think red's going to go with what I want to do, or the colour scheme on here, I don't think. And also I don't want it completely everywhere. I say as I go in and add it everywhere. Oh dearie me. Let's use my old battered tweezers that have got glue on the edge and all sorts. Do 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 do. Be able to pick them up, that would be good, wouldn't it? Now this will dry quickly, so I'm hoping you can see some of that green on there. I know the light's not great, guys, but I'm still working on lighting situations, so there we go. Right, they are going to dry, and then they should be dry in a couple of minutes, and then we're actually going to glue them. And whilst we're waiting on those to dry, we're going to bring this back. I've got this stamp, like it's a random one, and you can see I've never even used it. And I'm going to bring in some of my stays on, and I'm just going to randomly stamp that on there. Let's get my little stamp sheet, my stampy inky sheet, and I'm just going to randomly stamp this in places. Again, I don't know how much of this will actually be seen once I do the ephemera in the middle, but I want it on there anyway, so it is what it is. So that'll go on there. And then I have my Tim Holtz Field Note stamps. There's a couple of other kits, but I really want the Tim Holtz ones that I really want to pick up. That's not stuck down. Hold on. Pick up next year. To give me more numbers to play with and things. Okay, there we go. That's good. So I guess what I'm trying to say with this is that sometimes if you don't know everything that's going to go onto an ephemera piece, don't worry about it. Just basically do the start of it and then come back in and do anything else once you have worked out what it is that you want to do. Shall we bring in, oh, how about we use my new stamp, this one. I picked it up in a haul and I've been using it on lots of things because, again, I'm really bad at buying things and not always using them. Just come in with a little bit. Again, I really don't know how much of this we're going to actually see, but that's okay, because I'm doing it, as you can see, mainly on the edges, because I know in the center I am going to be doing a kind of ephemera collage piece, so I don't want too much. And let's bring in some of the circle, because why not? Why not? Then we're going to do some gluing. Do 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 do. Oh, I'm so excited. Really am so excited. It's going to be such a busy month. Saying that, I've had several busy months this year, and with content planning that I'm already doing for next year, I'm going to have quite a few more busy months. But there we go. Right, now they should be dry. Yes, they are. So I'm going to bring the keys over. They're dry. That one's still a little bit damp there. That's all right. And I'm going to glue the wings onto the keys. And then we're going to leave that to dry a little bit. Now, these are the transparent wings that come in a Tim Holtz pack. He had the butterflies and everything. I don't know if he's still doing that pack, to be honest. I really like it. I love butterflies. And these clear ones are a lot of fun to use on projects like this. And my glue dries clear, so I don't mind there's a little bit coming out the edge. So, yeah. That one got a little bit of ink on it, but that's okay too. I mean, these also would ink up really well if you wanted to use alcohol inks and things on them. Perfect. Now we're going to leave those to dry. And we're going to come back to this. It's a bit all over the place, but it's working. So I have a whole little pot full of things because I actually had these keys that I really loved. I loved the shape of these. But I decided to use some of my actual keys. I've just got all sorts of random bits in here. I even had a smaller card that said D for Defember, but I might use that somewhere else. The first thing I want to use, where is it? I've got some of this cardboard. It's just corrugated card that came in some packaging that had already been gessoed. Now, one of the things that, what's the names? Oh, got some of this. I like this one. Get your words out, Belle. One of the things that Louisa and Barbara are doing is they send each other scraps to work with. So what I thought would be quite good fun is, I don't have anyone that I can kind of do that with, where I can do a journal and send scraps and all that fun stuff. So what I thought would be quite good fun is to try and use up as many of my own scraps as possible. To just fit in with the idea of the challenge, you know, to use up scraps and things. So that's what I was thinking. I've got all sorts of things here. What do I want to use? I do have this bit of stitching. There's going to be more stitching on here though. Oh, I have, see these cogs? I have some perforated stitching paper for cross stitching on, and I had a little scrap of it in my get your words out, Belle. Had a little scrap of it in my scrap box, and I thought, oh my goodness, firstly, hold on, my stamps decided to run off. I thought that'd be really good to like stitch on and use on projects, but also what I'm finding is it die cuts quite nicely, so I'm going to be using it for die cutting too. I feel like I also want this on here. This is a vintage ticket. This needs inking up a bit more. Just playing with placement and things like that. Sorry about the shadows. It's just one of those things. So we're going to put the ticket there, I feel. Liking it. I wanted to bring in a pop of colour, but I don't know what kind of colour. Like, I've got a little bit of blue here. This is another scrap of mine. I don't think the blue... Oh, the bit with the brown kind of goes. I don't know about that. Oh, we've got this little cog too. Could bring that in somewhere. That might be fun. Got the black cog. Feel like the black's too dark, funnily enough. But this little bit of red. Do I want to bring in a little bit of red? Let's have a look. I feel like if we lift that up, we've got our thing. Bring in a little bit of red. I can cut that in half. Have that there. Oh, I quite like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my keys over now. I don't know how dry they are. I'm hoping they're dry. But I want to bring my keys over because I know I want to position them. Oh my goodness, no. That one didn't stick to its key. It's stuck to the other key, funny enough. Sorry, I'm doing key surgery. And I want the keys to be on here, like so. So now they're on there and I can sort of have a think about positioning of things. Do you know what might be quite nice is like a brad through the key, possibly. It almost looks like an angel's halo on the key. I know, a bit random, but that's what it's reminding me of. We do have this cog too, which I do quite like. But again, I just don't know if it's too dark. Ah, here's a lighter one. The lighter one might work, like up under there. Like so. I mean, I did have more perforated paper that I could cut another piece off if I really wanted to. But as I said, I'm trying to use my scraps. So I don't know if I like that one. We do have a lighter cog, which is similar in colour. If I ink it just a little bit. It's actually blue on the other side. But if I turn it over, it's a similar colour to these. And that might work better. Like up there. So we're bringing in the 3 cogs. We have that. We have all sorts of words. I was even thinking of bringing in some yellow. Let's not. Some words. We have destination. And I was thinking about using that. Oh, I'm starting to like that. Kind of under there, maybe. Because, you know, keys. Oh, I like that. I do like that, actually. Right, now what it needs is inking. That's what it needs. And maybe a bit of squishing. It needs some inking and squishing. Oh, dear me. On there. Right, okay. What I need to do now is I need to glue a few things down into place. And then I need to stitch. So I think the first thing I'm going to glue into place is I'm going to glue this onto the ticket. Like so. So yeah, I want to use up some of my scraps because I think as they share their scraps, it's fun for us to think, oh, what have we got that we can use up their scraps as well? And then that's a fun element to my challenge. Right, now this red, I'm going to cut half of it off because I don't need the whole thing. And we're going to ink some of it. I'm going to glue that onto there. That's going to go about here. And I can only glue part of it right now because, and this perforated paper also inks really lovely. So yeah, I had a little scrap of it in my scrap box. And I just thought, let's see how it works with die cutting. And I was pleasantly surprised at how well it did die cut. And then we need this fabric down here. Really need to put that on. And then let's bring that in. Like so. And a little bit popping out there. Like so. You can't see much of that bit, but you can see that bit there. So that's what matters to me. Do we want to bring in another little bit of red just here? Because we've got the red there and the A's on here are also red. So it might be nice to bring in another little bit of red just there by that ticket. And then we still have the destination word. Let's see. Could we even put destination down there? Let's have a look. It wouldn't affect the little key, but we were going to have this. I mean, we wouldn't get the whole word, would we? That's the problem. we wouldn't get the whole word, but I kind of like that there as well. So I'm wondering if I've got something else that would work. So we could have destination there with the red ticket coming out a little bit, like so. We don't need the whole ticket. I can cut some of that again. Might be better to have the numbers because we're going to see more of the numbers than we are the actual word. Could even have it coming out at an angle. And then that could be like that. Okay, I do feel like I really liked the word there now. But I don't think I have another word. Doopy-doo. I have like the receipt one. I don't think so. I think I want something else. Right, so what I'm now going to do is I'm going to glue this down. Also need to glue that little cog down. Let's move the key again. So this will be here like so. And then we can have that sticking out like so. Then we're going to have the word destination. So yeah, this would make a really cute little journal topper, I think. And I'm trying to decide if I want to do that, if I want to make a little journal or not. Not necessarily for December, but just in this style. I'm actually going to rip that. I prefer it ripped. Yeah, in this kind of style. And then let's just ink around the edge of this too, just a little bit. And then we're going to glue this on. And then I think I'm going to stitch through it. I mean, you're not surprised, are you? Come on. You're not surprised that I'm thinking of stitching. But I do think I want to stitch kind of two. I think I want to stitch one all the way down here and then one halfway here because I kind of like doing that. So I am going to go do that. Okay, so I ended up actually doing 3 lots of stitching. I know Barbara always says about doing things in 3s, but normally I just do the 2. But I did the one down here, but because it went right into the crease, I then did that one, which is only half a one, but I did a little one just up there. And I'm thinking, I mean, I just think that looks so lovely. I mean, having the extra thread's fun anyway. I also think that I do want, I need to find the right ones though, but I do want a little, some brads on here too, because I feel like it just adds to the overall look of the thing. This is going to need a huge brad in that one. I'm going to pull some thread through. So let's get my brads and have a look at what. And this is what I mean by that it'll make a good topper, because I think realistically it's going to be too big to realistically put into a journal. That's what I think. I mean, no, maybe not. Maybe I could put it in a journal. I mean, a lot of what I make can get quite bulky anyway because that's of my style that I like. I also have one of these. Do I want to add one of those on it? I mean, we're going to put the baby flutterby up there, but I have them in here and I just don't use them a lot. So I was thinking maybe, do I just use one? Oh my goodness, these are so tiny and it's a bit much trying to pick them up because I don't like fiddly things. Okay, let's put that in there. Do you have one in brown? Do I have them in other colours? I mean, I've got black. I've got cream. I wonder how well, because I've got some silver ones, I wonder how well they'd take alcohol inks. So I think that might be an experiment for another day. Oh, come on. Hold on, guys. Honestly, old age catching up with me. So I like that. I like all the threads. Now, where is... Oh, one of our keys was under there. Oh, where's the lid to that glue? We need to lift things up because I don't want... So I wanted that key down there with that, which I think is just so cute. And we can have our little key up here. And that actually moves. I mean, I could glue it, but I like the fact that it moves. So let's glue this on to here. I'm trying to work out if there's anything else that I want. A word. I know I want a word. These are going to take a while to glue. Do you know what I should do first? Let's not do that. I've got glue on there. Why don't we glue this down first? That will be easier for me to then put the keys on. Yes, Belle, do that. Sometimes for my videos you find out what not to do rather than what to do. But that's okay, because that happens. And as I always say here on this channel, we adapt, we move. We are creatives. Sometimes it's things going wrong or us kind of forgetting certain steps that make our brains work a bit more because we're having to work out what to do. Okay, so that is stuck down on there. Now this should still work for the little key. Now I don't want to give them antennae. I know butterflies often have that, but to be honest, this was going this way, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. It doesn't need it. They're key flies. And that doesn't mean they need antennae. So, you know, let's not overthink. Oh, I overthink so much. That's why I'm laughing. I'm so excited to see what everyone makes. It's going to be such a busy year. And I am going to be constantly catching up with videos somewhere. Because there's just going to be so many amazing creatives. And that needs to really be held down. Doing lots of fun stuff for both Tracy and this Defend Remember. So, whilst that is sticking, let me have a look for some words. Got these in gold. I don't know. I mean, the golds are quite good. Guess I want one of these. Destination. Play on the beach. The Traveller. Destination. That's quite good. Little things. That's exactly the same. Let's have a look, because these are drying anyway. Magic in Truth. Just at the moment. I don't know. I kind of like, curiously, I like to play on the beach, but maybe one of these is better with the black. Let's have a look. That's the only way I can do it, is have a look. So I could put Finders Keepers. Or we've got the journey is the destination. So we could cut destination off here. That would work. And then we could put the journey is the... Do I want it this way around so you can read it all the right way? The journey is... Thing is, I kind of like it like this. The journey is the destination. That is what we are going to put. There we go. See? I knew I'd find the right one. And then, yeah, this is playing cards and antique keys. Are they antiques? Maybe not, but I do like the fact that I've used some actual keys from some of the houses or things that I've had in my life. I have no idea what they are. I just collect them in a box. And these were in there a long time. So that is it, guys. I'm really hoping you can see the colours on those keys, the brown and the green on there. And I think that's it. What do we think? Like I said, I think it would make a great journal topper. I haven't got a journal nearby, but I think it'd go really well on a journal topper because it is quite dimensional. We've got movement because this moves whichever way I want that to go. We can even go up there, go like that. I kind of like it there. And it mimics the shape of the keys now that I'm looking at it. I didn't stick all the wings down, just the middle. And yeah, we used some scraps. And that is day 1 or December 2nd. It's going to be one of those again where the day doesn't match up with the actual date that it's done on, but it's day 1 of December on the 2nd of December, and we have done altered playing card and antique keys, and I really like it. I do wonder if I want like a bit of lace up the top. I have still got some lace. We all know with me, who is it? Someone called me Columbo. It's always just one more thing, just one more thing. I mean, I could put like some lace or something even like that behind this, and you staple it on. Oh, now I'm looking at it, I actually really like that. Shall we do it? It'd have to be smaller, so I'm going to pull it up like that and ripped a little bit because we can't have it not ripped. Because of course we have to have it ripped and torn. And then I'm going to grab my stapler actually, because it's going to be underneath the little cog. I felt like something was just missing at the top. Normally I would have a tab or something. I mean, it's not a journal card, so it's not really needing a tab or something, is it? And that staple is hidden by the oh yes, that to me is the finish. I needed something, and this is all ripped and torn, which just adds to the grungy. But there we go, guys. I mean, it's fairly simple. It's a bit of layering. It's not groundbreaking crafting, but also I think it's really cute, and it would look really good backed. And like I said, it'd make a great journal topper. It would work in a journal as a pocket if you don't mind it being too dimensional. But that's it for now. So join me tomorrow when I will be doing day 2 in December. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll be back tomorrow with both the next piece that I'm making, as well as to see what's behind the door in our tiny little advent calendar. But until then, guys, wherever you are in the world and whatever you are doing, I hope you're having lots and lots of crafty fun. Bye for now.